Welcome to the buy list. This is episode 51.
Just right. This is not financial advice. This is cardboard, baby. What's going on, Ted?
Yeah, dude. Lots of what's going on in the world of flesh and blood. Um, so RTNs happened this weekend.
Yep. Sure
I
did.
attended one
Yep.
and got clapped pretty hard. My fault. I practice has been lacking. Um, yeah, I like draft now.
You're just a
I'm
limited
just
savant
a guy
now,
now. Yeah.
but you won't come over to my side of the state to play limited.
Yeah, it's still a possibility. We'll see. But
I
it was
don't
a lot
believe.
of fun. My store's meta was everything except for room blades. It was insane, dude. It like I saw a couple other Michigan stores had RTNs this weekend, and it wasn't just like my store was the weird one. It was meta is like wide open, Nate.
Wide open
Yeah.
spaces. What's funny is the RTN I went to on Sunday, the last RTN they had, there was 9 Bravos there. It was the most represented deck out of like a 37-person event. I was
Whoa.
like, what is happening? Today, 41 people, 0 Bravos. There's like 6 or 7 victors. It was nuts. There's like 6 or 7 KOs. And then there's just like 3s and 4s of like all different heroes. There was a
Yeah.
couple Viscerais. There was a Vincent. There was like 4 Prisms. And I brought Dory and I nearly pooped myself. I was like, this is not what I signed up for. This is
Yeah.
not. I didn't know people
Diving,
around here played Prism.
dodging. Yeah.
Um, and there's like a bunch of Kasai's. It was a really open. The top 8 was 2 Dories, a Bolton, Max, who ended up winning the event. Shout out to Ben. Ben, I know
Yeah.
Ben listens. Ben, absolute baller. He plays like everything, but he's been like max gaming since Bright Lights. So really proud that he took that down.
Yeah, that's cool.
Did I say Bolton already? 2 Dories, Bolton,
Yeah.
Max, Dash IO,
Olivia.
Lavia, Victor.
Dory? You forgot yourself?
Dromai. I played them
Oh,
round
Joe.
1 in the top
Oh,
8. Yeah.
okay.
Dromai. Adam. Shout out to my boy Adam. He's a local. He didn't. I had to kill his stream. I'm sorry, Adam. um, so I lost in top 4, sadly. I was on very little sleep. The Bolton played incredibly well. I played incredibly poorly. Not to take anything away from him.
Yeah.
But he got me in the end. But I don't know that we've recorded since the last one. But I did. Did we talk about the last draft RTN?
We did. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I won that one.
We did. Yeah. You just wanted to bring that up again.
I did. I won
Yeah,
the. I
just
won
like,
the.
wait,
I won
hold
the vote again.
on.
I don't remember if we talked about it again.
Yeah. No, it's all good.
But the meta's wide open, and to all the pros out there, quit your bitching. Y'all some baby back bitches. All right, just learn to play decks. Like they are all complain. Like everyone bitched and moaned that Lexi was the best deck for 8 months. And we have the most open meta we have ever seen, probably of any card game ever. If you're like, oh, it's too open. Has anyone ever quit a card game because like everything's viable? I can't play this game. It's too much fun. I can play whatever I want and win games. Who does that?
Yeah.
What
I
world
mean,
do we live in?
I've been listening to that rhetoric a little bit too, Nate, and I guess I've been hearing it, right? And I kind of like scratch my head because, on one hand, I think it is an interesting dynamic where this is the first time I started in Monarch, which I guess is kind of like the pseudo start of the game, right? I think it really picked up steam around there.
Definitely in America.
This is the first time that it's like, man, everything is like, there's not just like 2 decks, and then if you want to beat this deck, you bring that deck, and then if you want to beat that deck, you bring this deck. It's like there's not a clear, and I think that's a little bit of a struggle, right? Because there's not a clear 2 to 3 choices where you're like, these 3 decks do the most unfair things. You just pick one of those and move forward. Now it's like, well, these 6 decks can actually win.
Yes.
And it's very confusing because I like, even for my RTN, I was like, I could play this, and then I'm like, wait, I don't want to play that, and then I'm like, oh, I don't want to play this, and it's just like at some point, I just picked KO, right, because it was going to be the easiest thing for me to sleeve up and throw together. But yeah, going into a pro tour, I can see how that's a little bit stressful, but I mean, come on, it's not a bad thing. Like
Okay.
this is a good
eh,
thing.
yeah, like, sure, it is stressful and frustrating to, like, not really know, like, "All right, what deck should I pick? How am I gonna target the meta? What's the meta even going to look like?" But here's the thing, we are playing a card game. We are incredibly privileged to play with cardboard rectangles that cost a stupid amount of money and fly all around the world and do it. We have the opportunity to fly to Los Angeles and play a game that we truly enjoy playing. I
Mhm.
would challenge every single one of those pro players who are like, "Ooh, meta to open," and be like, "Okay, in the last year, is this also not the most fun you've had playing Flesh and Blood?
Yeah,
Like, you have been able to experiment and do new things, and, like, our Discord server is, like, I can't even keep up with all the messages, but, like, leading into Worlds, there's, like, 2 channels with, like, messages in them, and it was like that. It was like, "Yeah, there's, like, 2 decks
yeah,
to play."
yeah,
But, like, everyone is, like, trying new things, having fun, and being more engaged with the game, and it's
yeah,
a healthier game because of it. This isn't our freaking jobs outside of
yeah.
people like Michael Fung, who
Um,
flies around the world,
yeah,
because he's a baller and just wins everything. Um, this is what we do for fun. So
yeah.
I encourage the meta to be as open as possible because it's the most
It's more
fun.
fun. Yeah, yeah, for
Like,
sure, 100%. Um, yeah, on that note too, the wins of RTNs this weekend came out, and so last weekend it was uh, Kano with
yep.
the top wins. This week it's Victor. It's like
Other
that's
smug
insane,
asshole.
man. Like it's like what is happening? Like that like I'm laughing because it's like it seems like kind of an innocuous thing, but like we were just talking about the last time we had an RTN season, it was
Yeah,
Lexi,
yeah.
Lexi, and then the fourth week it was more Lexi,
Yep.
and it was
It
like
wasn't remotely
it
close.
wasn't even close. Now we
Yeah,
have I counted it up, Nate. There's 11 heroes with 5 or more wins this week, which
yep,
is like crazy. It's like the numbers are crazy, and why are we talking about this? I think um, the market for Flesh and Blood cards, it's like it all trickles down, guys. Like I'm sure if you're listening to this podcast, you've been watching the market, watching TCG player, and everything's selling. It's nothing's kind of just sitting around, right? Because people are saying, oh, Victor's now fun. Let me sleeve him up. Oh, now I can play Dory, I can play Kasai, and hats off to LSS for first curating this meta. It took us a minute to get here, right?
yep,
We had to weather a bit of a storm, Nate,
yep,
but we got here now. And then heavy hitters was like the cherry on top, right? It was like we're in the boat, and like heavy hitters was like the sunrise, and we're like we're here.
yep.
So it's good on all fronts, man. It's good on the game side. It's good on the market side. Cards are flying off. I'm sure stores are like going crazy selling singles, everything. So it's an exciting time. I'm excited for Pro Tour and see what gets cooked up there, right? Because like you said, I'm sure there's a lot of teams, a lot of big brains out there trying to work and trying to find
Yeah.
that unfair advantage so that they can win this Pro Tour.
Dude, there's like 4 decks I'm prepared to sleeve up for Pro Tour, and I think like most of my team is like very much in the same. Like, I think that, oh man, I'm trying to think of like, I don't think we have more than 2 people on 1 hero.
Yeah.
And the
Wow.
Wolfpack is like half of the Pro Tour.
Yeah.
Like,
You guys have a quite large membership, that's for sure. I've seen those group photos getting put together. It takes you guys like
yeah,
45 minutes to call in everybody.
yeah, we have to do a panorama. Um,
Right.
like, it's the only reason I'm on the team. They just don't notice yet. It's
They
like, wait, who's
haven't
that guy?
noticed.
Yeah, he must be somebody. He's one of the new
Who let
guys.
this guy in?
Yeah, yeah. But no, it's super open. Everyone is like, everyone is kind of like sliding into like comfort picks.
Mhm.
And I don't know, that's one that is going to be an amazing pro tour to watch. Like
Oh, yeah.
for the people at home, you are not going to watch 10 rounds of Lexi or like, hey guys, we got the 3 and 4 matchup with you here today. We've got a Bravo and a Viserai. Yes, we've seen a ton of Bravo already, but we found a Viserai that had 3 wins, and that was the only other hero with like more than 2 wins. So,
Yeah.
like, this is going to be an incredible pro tour to watch. I'm very excited. In like, man, it's hard to get. So, like, this is all super exciting, like meta super open and stuff. But like, as soon as like you're like, man, this is so much fun. We're focused on the heavy hitters. Else is like, yo, hold my beer, son. And they just fat drop a freaking mic and just drop parts of the
Yeah.
part of the Mistveil. I'm never
Yeah.
gonna pronounce that right. I'm gonna call it
No.
parts of the Mistveil for my entire life.
Yeah, so, like you had mentioned, yeah, they dropped the, world premiere info and dates for the next set.
Yep.
LSS is kinda hitting their stride on all fronts, not just the
Yep.
game front, but on the social front. I think they've always been kinda good at this, Nate, but they kind of snuck in there some little tidbits here and there. They gave us the key art, which is a very familiar tint of blue, so that that got some things moving on the old TCG player this week.
Yep.
They also dropped that the sealed format is 8 packs. I don't know what's going on there, but I would like to learn more.
Yep.
That's super interesting. I you know I don't want to. I'm not going to dive into that too much here because it's like who knows what's happening, but I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
If you watched our interview with Carol, not confirmed, but I think he might have been talking about this set if he's talking about something that's amazing, right? Because the
Yeah.
rhetoric out of LSS is that this set is the
It's peak.
next level, right?
Yep.
And we got that from Carol before, any of whispers of this, any of James White talking about how it's his proudest set. So when you're starting to hear everybody talk about the set being something special, I'm pretty hyped. And I'm excited to be in LA to watch that keynote on that set. That'll be a lot of fun.
Ye-
But yeah, so talking about that a little bit, so the key art is like I mentioned, that tint of blue that we've been seeing trickling around. You know, I've had some folks come up to me, and I think it's become it's become maybe a vilest meme that we didn't mean to be a meme, but we kind of dog on died him. It's like that card that we bring up as the whipping boy of poor legendary design. Nate, we might be eating our words
Never.
soon. Um,
Never. Dude, it's still
that
$8.
yeah, that key art,
It's I
yeah.
had to double check, but it's still 8. Actually, sorry, it's like $10 now.
Ooh, it's gone up. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, I think so. What do you think, Nate? I'm thinking illusion. Obviously the key art gives big illusionist vibes.
Yep.
Um, Obviously we're going to Mysteria. Has to be a ninja in this set. I think that's like,
Zero
yeah,
chance there's no ninja. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
100% on board with
yeah.
that.
That would be wild. So there's definitely going to be a ninja. Pretty sure there's going to be illusionist. I mean, who knows? There might not be, right? We've been kind of baited before a little bit. Um, and then I think Assassin too. I think Outsiders really kind of gave us this, hey, these two classes are kind of like linked together. They don't necessarily always have to be linked together, but I was thinking like what other classes fit in Mysteria? We know Azuri comes from Mysteria. The Young Art has the Mysteria border. So
Yep.
I'm thinking, those three for sure. So, you know, start grabbing your, start looking at those Majestics, that are unloved at the moment. I know I've sent out many a Spectral Prowler or what is it?
Spectral procession.
Yeah, yep. I've
Yeah.
sold, I've sent out a couple of those this week. Yeah, so I mean,
Check your bulk bins.
yeah, yeah. Keep an eye on, or just like brush up, double check, count your collection, right? If you have one of those, right, and you kind of just was like, I'll get these later, probably should get it like right now while it's like under a buck, right? I mean, who
Mm,
knows what's going to be good. But yeah, just keep an eye on that. I think the one, and like I said, the Ninja is like a foregone conclusion. So we can talk a little bit about that. I was
yeah.
looking at the combo lines a little bit, Nate, because in Outsiders we kind of saw a research, how maybe LSS wants to work with old combo cards, right? So we saw Descendant, Gustwave come in and kind of modify those links. So I
Mhm.
could see that happening again, right?
Yes. I think the more likely scenario is that we see some more like kitty cat support because your boy Carol worked on it, and we're fans of Carol here, and James White would never let us down.
Yeah.
So, and I enjoy that deck thoroughly. So I think we could see some kitty cat support. What those like crew, like the Forgotten Crew lines need is a better starter. If they
Hmm.
get a real starter, those are really good cards.
Yep.
And FABtcg Twitter did highlight Fine Center
Mm.
on Twitter.
Yeah.
So maybe we're playing more of a Zen state game with Ninja, maybe a little bit more
Oof.
controlling, um, which would
It,
be ultra spicy. But like the thing that I always kind of like harken back to and look at is like Dynasty. It felt like Dynasty was like very kind of like out out of place when released,
mhm.
but we're starting to see and find homes for a lot of these cards like
Yeah.
as we go. So like that's where I'd be looking at to get like clues of this set, like
Mhm.
to see kind of like what do we have in store here?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, there was a lot of how do I want to term this? The first thing that popped in my head was like dead ends, but that's not that's kind of rude to the cards. There's just a lot of cards that, just were interesting and
they're like
always.
unfinished sentences.
Yeah, yeah, really.
Yep.
We've talked about it before. Dynasty, I think, is still a very future looking set, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of unused concepts in there, like Komodo. Again, if we're going to talk about Diadem and we're going to talk about this Ward illusionist, I think we've even highlighted Tomaveo on this pod before as a card to keep an eye on. Well, keep an eye on it again. It's a card
Yep.
that draws cards. It's pretty good.
Yep.
It's blue.
It's
Again,
blue.
it's
Yeah.
blue. So just keep an eye. And I'm talking about the art, not the like, not even the pitch color at this point.
Yeah.
Like we're so far away from Mistveil, unfortunately. I just want to be there and know. But like,
Yep.
yeah, I'm at the point of like, is it look blue? Is it this is the blue illusionist? We've had yellow, we've had red. We got to see a blue one now. So,
Yes. It
but
makes sense. I posted this on Twitter, but I'll say it here again. Blue Illusionist, Spooky Illusionist. They're going to summon ancestral allies that are
dude,
ghosts
that's so cool.
and Ghost Ira.
Can we just
Heard it
like,
here first.
yeah, dude, the chase cards being ghosts, like Marvel ghosts, poof, and the big dog being Ira, like the chase Marvel being like a double sided Ira,
Yep.
and oh my god,
Yep.
I want all of that. That would be
Yep.
so cool.
Yep.
Oh man, that's
So
sweet, dude.
here's the other hot take and prediction. Each hero, so there's going to be there's like the classes will be or the talent will be like wind or mist or what, it doesn't matter. The talents don't matter. What matters is the heroes are going to be flippable. So like if you start with a, let's say, wind card, you flip to one side of the hero and then your cards get X effect. And then if you play a mist card, you flip to the other side of the hero and then your cards get this effect.
It'd be kind of cool. That would be pretty sweet, man.
Yep.
They've kind
I
of
know. I'm a
man,
thinker.
yeah, that's a pretty far out theory, but I like it. It would be kind of
Yep.
fun. It'd be a cool mechanic for your hero to be switching sides, kind of like D stance, attack stance, defense stance. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know how they would pull that off, but I'm here for it.
dude. In JW we trust.
Yeah. I mean, I think I didn't even mention it, but you just said it. It didn't matter what talents. They also dropped that there was a long awaited talent coming. Um, you and I kind of talked about it a little bit pre-show. I don't know of any talents that are long awaited, like to, you know what I mean. But that tells us that talents are coming back, right? We haven't
Yeah,
seen talents in a while. We all mech class. Well, we saw it in Dustle Dawn, but that's kind of different. That was like a
a revisiting.
continuation,
Yeah,
revisiting. Outsiders, we had no talents. Heavy hitters, no talents, but it sounds like we're coming back to them. So I'm also here for that. Some of my favorite heroes are talented, so
yep,
that's always fun as well. So, um,
yeah.
okay, Nate. Yeah, I'm just here for it. I think, yeah, keep an eye on those ninja cards and those combo lines. Um,
I think one thing that people are sleeping on is concealed blade.
mm, yeah,
Concealed blade and flick knives are like two split class cards that I think flick knives is like it's like whatever in Yuzuri,
mm,
and I guess Arachne. But I think that it's like one of those cards that they kind of printed for the future too, because it didn't feel like
yeah,
it. There's no real reason to put ninja on that because
yeah.
ain't no way Katsu or Phi throwing their freaking daggers.
Yeah,
But
that's
I
true.
I think it I think it might be like that. Okay, let's put ninja on this, and then we have some really cool design space later on.
Yeah. Yeah, I could yeah, that's a good point. That is like a underutilized mechanic where they
Yeah,
could really add to it and have like a ninja that instead of having daggers has like throwing stars or something that can like recycle different ones. Maybe one
yep,
has like a poison on it that paralyzes your opponent so it slows your turn down somehow, or like you could recycle it and it would be really cool to like juggle different weapons. So yeah, flick
seriously.
knives I think is very affordable at the moment. um 20-30 bucks for the rainbow foil, I'm sure. So yeah, keep an eye on
Ted, how
that
do I
card.
sound to you?
Sound fine.
You're kind of robot-y.
Am I?
I don't know if it's me or you.
It's probably you.
Don't blame me.
We're leaving this in.
Dude, ain't nobody listening. It's
And
23
that's
minutes
the
in, baby.
dude.
Besides that one guy who commented last week. Shout out to you, brother.
Yeah, shout out to you, brother.
You
um
you and Brian, only ones listening still.
yeah, but no, I'm excited to see where this goes.
Dude, hype, hype, hype,
Yeah,
hype.
so much hype with Fab right now.
Yeah.
So
I probably got like one more episode in me too before Pro Tour. So like yeah, before I leave for Pro Tour. So maybe you can get a guest on for the following week. And then but like if you guys see us at Pro Tour, come say hi. You're going, right?
yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
great. Like come say hi to us. Would love to sign some babies, autographs,
Yeah.
whatever you got. Um, I actually don't want to sign any autographs, but if you want me to, I will. I got one guy who wants me to sign a card for him,
Yeah.
and I'm very
Yeah.
glad to do it. It feels weird to have people like ask you to
Yes.
do that,
Yes,
but
it does.
yeah, just come say hi.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like everyone talks to Ted at the events because
Yeah, come see.
Ted's the
I'm
cool guy.
yeah, I'm a little bit more noticeable walking around. Yeah, I have to go to Pro Tour because when I talked to my boy James at Worlds, he told me I had to. So it's a whole thing. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You guys are buddies. That makes
As
sense.
I
It
was,
makes sense.
yeah. Like true story is, I was just like smooching up to him as much as I can to get some of those polos for giveaways, and he had to talk to me because he was signing them.
Yes.
No, he's a
Yeah.
good guy. He's a good guy. I joke. I joke.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so yeah, yeah, for sure. Like, come up, talk to us, find Nate, try to find him, um, do all the dudes. So we'll
Yes.
be, yeah, we'll be out there walking around.
For sure. But we're hyped. for heavy hitters, still hyped for heavy hitters. I think it's a great draft set. And part the Mistveil, dude.
Yeah, exciting
I don't
stuff.
I don't think people are ready. People still aren't ready for heavy hitters because the meta's too wide open. So
Oh,
like, yeah, like man, heavy or part. I'm excited. I'm ready.
yep, for sure. All right, everybody. I think that's going to do it for tonight. Please, if you haven't liked, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Still looking for that outro. As you guys can tell, it's been 5 minutes of us just
Rambling now.
rambling a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
yeah.
remember, folks, if you're playing a game of Flesh and Blood, mind your manners.
Or we could do,
Can I steal that? Do you think
yeah, we could
Roger will
just steal
care?
it just straight up. Hey, if you're not,
I'm taking it, Roger. This is mine now.
yeah, this is ours now.
Dude,
Um,
you guys quit. You guys quit
if you're not
consecration.
learning, you lose.
You gave up the copyright.
You gave it up. You went into free domain, dude. Sorry,
Yeah,
bro.
it's free domain, baby. That's all ours.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Nah. There was a take the money and run was a suggestion we got. I don't know.
That's actually not the worst thing I've heard.
Yo, take the money
See,
and run.
we're taking the money and run, baby.
All right, everybody. We gotta stop here. All right, I'm just repeating myself. This is horrible. Peace.
Peace.